For the last entry of Female Health Week, before I go on vacation, let's wade into the big one. Hormones and the cannabinoids, two of the most complex systems in the human body and how they overlap. I'll read some of the best review articles on the subject, and then you can ask me for more detailed info on any of these subjects. I'm Lex Pelger. I do canna education for CV Sciences, the makers of Plus CBD, who have excellent CBD, THC, and PEA products. Before I begin, let me say that I have all this data here on the CVResearch.info site under their hormones page. And what I'll be reading is just a little bit about the reviews. Underneath this is the clinical and preclinical data that all of these reviews of the data are based on. So even though there needs to be more study here, a lot of study has been done. Oh, and by the way, I just updated this entire page with all the newest data, so it doesn't get more fresh than what we have there right now. The very first review paper is about endometriosis and how we need to start seeing cannabis as a treatment for that disorder. And then the third review is about how we can start targeting the endocannabinoid system for treating it. Farther down is a review on gynecological pain and using cannabis as a substitute for the opioids that are often given. There's a review of 10 studies on fibromyalgia that found cannabis to be beneficial and with no serious adverse effects. The review below that is about how cannabis can help with the pain, sleep, and quality of life related to fibromyalgia. There is a review of female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery suggesting PEA as a treatment. That's the endocannabinoid that's in our brains already, which is widely related to the immune system. There is a review on using CBD to treat endometriosis, and there's also an excellent review about how the cannabinoids affect the endocrine system in general, which is such a complex topic. There's also an interview with a great hero of mine, Dr. Melanie Dreyer. She famously went down to Jamaica and started doing studies of simply looking at women who were pregnant and following them. And the plan was to follow them for 10 years, looking at the ones who were using cannabis and the ones who weren't. This study was funded by NIDA, the National Institute of Drug Abuse, and after 5 years, she submitted her midway report about what was going on, and she found that the mothers who were using cannabis were having better outcomes for their children than the ones who weren't using cannabis. And after that report came out, NIDA famously stopped funding her and stopped the study. In their defense, they say, we're looking for drug abuse, not drug help. There's a short review of why targeting the endocannabinoid system may be helpful for polycystic ovary syndrome, which is a very difficult condition, and a look at how the CB1 receptors regulate the hormones in the brain. So there's a lot going on these topics. So if you want to hear more on anything specific, let me know.